You so much for joining the Soundlab Music Tech Mini Hack. We are so excited for you to code a song on EarSketch. Your first step is to open up your Chromebook and connect to the internet. Once you've connected to the internet, simply go into your search bar and type the given bit.ly/mtmh code and click enter. This will take you to the EarSketch platform. Before you get started in coding, we are going to create our EarSketch account by going to the upper right-hand corner and clicking Create Reset Account. Click Register a New Account and choose a CodeDJ name for your username, which could be any fun name that you would like. We discourage you from using your first and last name and encourage you to think of a fun stage name that you would like to share with your friends. Then create a simple password that you will remember, and if you want, you can put an email address. It's only for password recovery, but just a username and password is fine, and simply click Create Account. Once you have done that, you should be logged in to the EarSketch platform. It may take a second or two, and then you are ready to start coding on your sample code. The first step to start editing your code is finding the Import to Edit button that is in the center of your code editor. Once you do that, that will import your code to your script library. Your script library is just your lines of code. It is where all your code or songs are saved. So just like a script for a movie or film, this is your script for your song that tells the computer what sounds to play through code. Okay. I'll give you a quick little tour of the EarSketch platform, and then we'll get started on actually editing our code. On the left-hand side here is your content manager. You can toggle this on and off. This is where all your EarSketch sounds are. We have over 5,000 sounds in our library from artists ranging from Sierra to Milk and Sis to Pharrell to Khalid to Alicia Keys in almost every genre, from country to gospel to hip-hop to Latin to rock. And then you can also add all different instruments, bass, drums, vocals, synth, strings. And finally, if you're a musician and you want to make sure that your song is in pitch, you can sort your sounds by keys. Next, you have your scripts. This is where all your saved code is, all your songs. EarSketch is free. It's available on any computer that has internet. So after you code today, you can log back in and still find your saved work. And then finally, you have your API, your application programming interface, which will show you all of your functions. You can, as I said, toggle this on and off to give you more space. On the left-hand side, you have a curriculum, which shows you code examples and videos and how to use EarSketch. We're going to toggle that off today. Up here, you have your digital audio workstation, which is where you'll visibly see your music, and this is very similar to programs like GarageBand, Logic Pro, or Soundtrap. And now finally, we have our code editor, and below that, we have our console, which will let us know if our code ran successfully. So we're going to get started in our code editor. You may notice that there is text already written. We are going to code in Python today. If you would like to also see what this looks like in blocks mode, it will still be Python. You can toggle using this little gear ratio into blocks mode. But we are going to start in text in Python. I'm going to make my text a little bigger so you can see it better on the video. You may notice that there are hashtags or pound signs in front of a lot of the text. This tells the computer that these are comments. The computer does not read these. These are notes for programmers, for yourself. They help you organize your code. They give you an idea of how you are sequencing your code. So in this case, you can just give yourself a title of a song. So in this case, I'm just going to write my mini hack song. You might want to think about your target audience. You can put my friends, you can put my parents, you can put my class, you can put whoever you would like. It really helps to think when you're constructing a song who the song is for. And then this goes with your mood. I want to create an upbeat song. So if you'd like to also write in how music inspires you, we encourage you to write that just as a little inspiration and to help you get started in coding. So we decided we're going to do a mini hack song for my friends that's upbeat. Your text here does not need to match my text. You should think of your own title, your own audience, and maybe your mood is slow, sleepy, jazz, happy, upbeat, fun, whatever you want your mood to be. As I said, the computer does not read this code. This is simply notes to yourself. Okay, we're going to hit down to line 6. Below line 6, we have our first line of code that is in black. This tells the computer we need to read this code. This is set tempo. This sets the tempo or pace or beats per minute of the song. Right now, my tempo is set to 120. In EarSketch, you can change the tempo between 40 and 220. 120 is a basic marching beat. A lot of pop songs are at 120. If you want to code a hip hop song or jazz song, it's a little slower, more between 80 and 90. If you want to code EDM or house music, it might be closer to 140, 150. But as I said, pop rock songs are usually between 100 and 120. I'm actually going to lower this tempo a little bit just because I think some of the beats I'm going to use have a slightly slower tempo. Okay. Next we get to line 9. This is going to be our sound library. You see the hashtag for sounds. We're going to leave that hashtag because this is identifying that these are our sounds. But then we're going to go to line 10 and delete the hashtag, and you see it turns black. And we're going to assign a sound to a drum variable. In EarSketch, when you have the equal sign, that means it's a variable, so the word drum is going to hold a specific value, just like x equals 2 in math. Drum will hold a sound. So we'll come over to my sound library. I'm going to go to Instruments, search drums. I can listen by clicking the green play button. If I like it, I can star it by using the orange star. And if I want to add it to my song, I simply go to the blue clipboard. So I'm going to come down here and listen to a few more drum sounds and then add some in. Okay, I think I like that drum sound, so I'm going to click next to the equal sign and I'm going to use the blue clipboard and paste in some bongos. I'm now going to do the same thing with the bass. I'm going to delete the hashtag. I'm going to move my cursor at the equal sign. I'm going to come back to my content manager. I'm going to clear my filters, get over to sounds up top. I'm going to go to instruments. I'm going to go to bass, and I'm going to listen to a bass. And I'm going to paste that bass in. Same thing with vocals. Delete my hashtag, clear my filters, click on vocals. And maybe in this case I want to look for a slightly different artist. So I might... Oh, I like those vocals from Common, so I'm going to paste those in. Now, I have 3 tracks, 3 sounds. Now I'm going to go further down and we're going to actually code them to start to have our computer play music. I have verse 1. I'm going to leave that hashtag there because this is a comment to organize my code, but I'm going to delete this hashtag by FitMedia. FitMedia is a function in EarSketch that tells the computer to play a sound. In this case, I've already put my sounds in. I want it to play my drum variable. I want it to play my drum sound. So in this case, my drum sound is the Alicia Keys bongos. So I just typed in drum and it's there. I'm going to have it play my drum sound on track 1. And in music, we tell time by measures. So it's going to start at measure 1. And then because I want my drum sound to play for 8 full measures, so I have a 16-second song, I'm going to have it end at measure number 9. So right now I've just coded my drum sound is going to play on track 1. It's going to start at measure number 1 and it's going to end at the beginning of measure 9. And because in EarSketch our start measure is inclusive, it will play all of measure 1, but it's exclusive to its end measure, so it's going to stop at the very beginning of measure 9. So it will play for 8 full measures. I can check this out by clicking the green Run button. My script in the console runs successfully, and you can see it is now playing in my digital audio workstation. You can see the visual in my DAW, and I've now coded for almost a 20-second beat. Okay, we're gonna come down here and do this again. Take off our hashtag. We have our bass sound. Our bass is the Boykins. We play this on track 2. Just like an actual running track, you have everybody in their own lane. Each sound needs to be on its own track so it does not overlap. In this case, in music, we don't always start all of our sounds at the same measure. So I'm going to start this at measure 2, and I'm going to end it at measure 10. So again, it's going to play for 8 full measures, but it's slightly staggered because if you think of a song, not all the beats, not everything starts at the very beginning. Okay, repeat this for my 3rd track. My vocals are going to come up. What track do you think it's going to be on? Track 3. In this case, I'm going to start my vocals at 3, but I'll actually end it at 10. Okay, let's run our code and see what this looks like. Awesome. So you can see that I have a slightly staggered start. It starts with my drums, and then it goes to my bass, my vocals, and then everything ends by measure 10, which is a little over a 20-second song. This has 3 unique tracks. It's a 20-second song, and it meets all of the requirements of our song competition. Okay, our final requirement of the song competition is to add an effect. So we have an effect set up for you. This is the volume effect. Right now I have it on track number 1. And it is saying that we're going to have volume. It says to gain, but in EarSketch, we say to gain whether you decrease or increase your volume. So in this case, we're going to decrease our volume even though it says gain because we have a negative number. So I put -2. Now, I'm going to encourage you to change this number. I'm actually going to change it in the sample to +2 because I think my drums are a little low and I want to increase their volume. Volume goes between -60 and 10. So, my final run of my code, it ran successfully. You'll see that in between on track 1, I've now raised my volume. And maybe you want to add a second volume to lower your vocals. If you think your vocals are too loud, you can do that. You can change this set effect to maybe 3, and maybe I'm going to do -10, not 102, and run the code again. So this is where you can kind of experiment with your code and see if you like it. And we'll start again, and we'll see if our vocals decrease in volume. So encourage you to play around with this effect. And yeah, you can hear some of the instruments a little better. Okay, last but not least, this is for extra credit. You can loop a beat. And basically right here, I've written a for loop. We have make beat, which is a way that you can step sequence, breaking a beat down into 16th notes. And you can choose how you break this beat down by putting in zeros and dashes or pluses. So every 0 plays the beat for a 16th of a note, every dash holds it for a 16th of a note, and then every plus sign extends it. So I'm going to create a beat string here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I need to add one more beat to it. I'm going to pull off my beat. I have 16 steps. It's a variable, so I can actually change this. I have my variable here. I'm now going to loop this beat. I'm going to run it. And I'll pull down my digital audio workstation so you can see the looped beat. You can see the sequence beat that is now looped. And this might be a slightly weird sound. So I would encourage you, if you want to move forward with looping your beat, that you also can just change the sound. And you can easily do that by coming over here, highlighting the make beat. You can go into your sound library, clear your filters, You can actually search by make beat in genres and find some other beats that you like, and maybe this is a better beat, and you can paste that in, run your code, play it, and see if you like it. I like that a little better. Be creative, add a few more sounds. You can extend it past measure 10. You can start sounds, from measure 5 to measure 14. So be creative, have fun. You can adjust your beat a little bit. You can switch out make beat. You can change your effects. You can change your volume. And then last but not least, when you're ready to submit your script, you'll come over here to these blue lines, click share current version, and then you're going to click the blue clipboard and copy it, and then go to our Google Submit form. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy your sketch.